Alright guys, welcome back to F1 2010 for round 10 here at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. It's good to be back on this game. Again, quite a break between episodes, but we're back for the 10th round of the season here.
Have fitted a package of upgrades. You should see a big improvement in terms of engine wear.
And also, in our return, we'll have a new engine upgrade. So that's very nice. Anyway, this track is also very nice. I actually really like this track. Silverstone is always one of my favorite tracks on the calendar. So looking forward to that. In terms of the setup, looks like I went pretty conservatively. Quite low gears because I mean they are quite a few straights, but not like really long straights. And I actually copied the setup, I think, from someone called Petros. So in practice, we're fighting away with the Williams here in Stowe. But yeah, we are just building it up. Like always, this is the third lap. Currently P19 on a 1:42, which is very slow because Mark Webber is about 10 seconds faster. But yeah, I was building it up. We have dropped our laps down to a 1:36, so that's already a lot better. But still 4 seconds of Vettel. So it seems like the AI are pretty fast around here. We improve again to a 1:35, which is good enough for P12, but still a solid 2 seconds off. Despite actually pushing pretty hard. So much so that I lost it into the barrier on the exit of the Baggett's complex there. I think the final bit is called Chapel, isn't it? Anyway, we finish in P15. Well down the field, 2.3 seconds off. So, yeah, it might be a struggle this weekend, even though I like this track.
The development of the car appears to have been progressing steadily so far this season. Have you been using the practice sessions to test out new parts?
Yes, we have actually, and we have also tested out a new part today. So we seem to be on target. Okay, so into qualifying. First lap, we do always seem to find a lot of pace on the option tires. So hopefully we're able to qualify well here. This is always my favorite bit, Baggett's and Chapel. If you get it right, it just feels very, very rewarding. Even on F1 2010, it's just a very nice and flowing section of the track. Putting the arrow down here for the hanger straight into Stowe corner, braking on the curb there, down to 4th gear. Just trying to carry the momentum as we now finish the first lap, 1:38. Currently good enough for pole, but we probably won't stay there. As we skip ahead now, we're down to P13. Sebastian Buemi actually gave me a slight bit of slipstream starting my lap. Luckily, he did pull out of the way there in turn 1, so very nice teamwork there with Sebastian Buemi. Unfortunately, it didn't really amount to anything as I lost it later on. That cost me a lot of time repairing the damage, so much so that I only had 1 shot left there right at the end of the session. We have dropped to P14, so yeah, we're looking to improve upon that here on this final flying lap. But unfortunately, I just get the track limits there, and I cut the final bit of Chapel corner, which invalidated my lap time. I still pushed on, but I don't think it would have been an improvement, so it's P14.
That's the end of the session. We're 14th on the grid. Congratulations, mate. A few more places and would have achieved a top 10 start.
Rob being as optimistic as always, even congratulating us for P14. So yeah, let's go into the race. Mark Webber on pole, with Fernando Alonso in 2nd place. I think Mark Webber is the leader of the championship, and yeah, it's one of the rare occasions where Sebastian has actually out-qualified us.
The boss wants another points finish out of you this weekend. Give it your best shot.
We'll certainly try and give it our best shot, but the points finish is going to be difficult. 10 laps here in Silverstone, off to a pretty good start. Up into fast, already up into P13, through on Vitaly Petrov as we go to turn 1. Buemi on the inside there. We tried to hold it on the outside, but I just had a wall of understeer and didn't really gain anything there. So still in P13 as we do actually carry the speed there, having a bit of a moment with contact there with Michael Schumacher. Fortunately, no damage. On the outside of Kubica here, we give him a bit of a tap. And we get our first corner cutting warning. Kubica actually runs off the track, and that gives us P10 behind the Force India of Tonio Liuzzi.
You've moved up to 10.
Going into Stowe corner, 1.1 seconds. Oh, look at that. Hamilton was spun and even got smashed into by one of the Renaults. I think that was Petrov who just smashed into him. That was bizarre. Lewis Hamilton just losing it there on the first lap coming through slow. He might have had contact with someone, so one of the home favorites out of the race already. And that's free position for us up to P9. So maybe it is going to be possible to score points as we close in on Lewis here, breaking down into the chicane. Yeah, it goes a little bit wide, and we try to do the switchback there, beautifully done. Getting the exit on the inside with the tighter line up to P8. That was very, very nice. So now we're in between the two Force Indias. Here P8. Also the skies are pretty grey and getting quite dark. And there's actually rain predicted as we go up the inside of Sutter here into the final sector. He just about holds it on the outside. But yeah, there is actually a bit of rain expected. I think there was like a 26% chance of rain. And the pit window is now open. Most of the drivers are fitted. But you can see I'm actually extending my first stint here on the option tires. And we actually take over the lead now because the rain is just slightly starting to fall down. And I decided to take a bit of a risk here and jump straight to the intermediate tires. So yeah, I just couldn't stretch it any longer. The tires were very warm. And I just decided to bit the bullet and go for it. So we are switching to the intermediate tires. Although it is not really raining that hard, is it? It's just, yeah, a slight bit of rain at the moment. So hopefully the rain is going to get heavier as we have to wait for one of the Virgins there coming in. So we have dropped to P10, 11, so just outside the points. Actually P12, as I get distracted a little bit there. Go off track. Oh, that's actually Hamilton. He is still in the race. He is trying to recover after that incident earlier on. So we've dropped to P13, but this is going to be the point where we're going to be able to see if the intermediate tires are actually faster than the slicks, because we're now right into this train, so we are going to be able to compare it. As you know, at the moment there is still a bit of a dry line, but the rain is coming down. There is a bit of spray that we're kicking up with those groove tires, so it seems like we're kind of right on the crossover point. The grip seems to be alright-ish here on the intermediate tires, but we don't really have the advantage just yet, so hopefully the rain is just going to fall down heavier and force all the other drivers to make an extra pit stop. But at the moment it's not really helping us, but there's a lot more grip coming through here though. We fly past Lewis Hamilton and we go up the inside of Rooms, Barrichello as well, up to P11. So maybe the conditions are starting to get towards us. Barrichello actually gets me back there on the cutback. So yeah, maybe just in some areas of the track we have a slight advantage. But the tires were wearing out pretty quickly because the track was a little bit too dry. As we now skip to lap 8, Hamilton has a look up the inside and we smash him into the wall. And Hamilton has been involved in yet another incident. We just completely blow him up. I squeezed him to the inside. He just completely bounced off the wall and just flew into orbit. And that was my fault. I just didn't leave the space. But that was such a violent impact with the wall. Lewis Hamilton definitely out of the race now. But somehow we didn't actually get any damage for that, or not even a penalty, as we now have Messi behind us who goes up the inside, and again a bit of contact and he spins out as well. So I just can't seem to not take anybody out at this point. I swear it's not on purpose, but the stewards are letting me get away with it as well. We didn't even have a penalty also for spinning out Messa, as my engineer is confirming that the intermediates are the right tire, but I just wasn't really able to do anything. The group in front of me actually pulled away. You can see how heavy it's raining. Nobody was coming in. And I was actually still struggling. The tires are so worn as well now, especially in the front. And Nico Hulkenberg just passed me because I just ran wide there. Because there's just no grip. I just couldn't keep up with the drivers on slicks, despite the track being so wet. You can see the rain is definitely heavier, but I just couldn't do anything as we now head on to the last lap. Unfortunately, we're just too far away to score a point here. But yeah, pretty bizarre those incidents with Hamilton and Massa, especially the one with Hamilton. I just tuned in because I didn't see that he was on the inside, and at the last second I saw that he was there, and yeah, he just got completely tagged into the wall there. It was very weird because it was almost like there was a bit of the wall sticking out. It just completely exploded him almost. But anyway, Yeah, P12. You can see I was actually really pushing, but I just couldn't stick with Nico Hülkenberg. It's amazing how much grip the AI actually had on the slicks on a very damn track. But yeah, Mark Webber wins the race and extends his lead in the championship. And for us, it's going to be P12 and no points here in Silverstone. But at least we gained a couple of positions from where we started.
Congratulations on a solid 12th place. Good drive, good drive.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, I mean, it was alright. It's alright. At least we've met the team's expectations as well, so we will, you know, gain a little bit in reputation and all that. Still in 5th in the drivers and 6th in the constructors. So, yeah, that was Silverstone. Went through it pretty quickly. I tried to do something different in the strategy and skip a pit stop. It could have worked out, but it didn't, unfortunately. So, yeah, I guess that's what this first season is for. To try things and learn from it so that we can hopefully fight for the championship in season 2. That's definitely going to be the aim. Also in level 12, after finishing in P12.
Hey Nick, you should take a look at the laptop. Toro Rosso have tabled an offer. It seems they're really interested.
Well, that's good to hear. Our team is very interested in retaining us. We have got a $7.5 million deal here for a 1-year extension for season 2. Now, I was being a little bit silly here, and I kind of misread the contract, and I thought that this contract was going to be for the second half of the season to become the first driver, team position driver 1. And I thought it was a good deal. I was like, we can be first driver for the second half of the season. We can, you know, have more influence in the upgrade path, and you know, hopefully become a little bit more competitive in the second half of the season. Now, the thing which I didn't realize, I didn't read the small letters in the contract in true me fashion, and I accidentally signed up for a second season with Toro Rosso. So this is such a me thing to do. I've had this way too many times in real life where I accidentally signed up for something which I didn't want to. So yeah, I've accidentally signed the contract for season 2, and I've said many times this season that my goal is to fight for the championship next year, and I don't think that we can do that with Toro Rosso. The way the upgrading works on this game and the R&D system, we need to be in a better team. I mean, we can fight for the occasional race win, but we can't fight for a championship in this team. So yeah, I've made it very difficult for myself, and hopefully there's gonna be a way to somehow maybe buy ourselves out of the contract. Maybe there's an exit clause or something, because I have accidentally re-signed with Toro Rosso for another season. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. But anyway, this is where I'm gonna leave it for episode 10 of the F1 2010 career mode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.